guys.
Howdy.
Hey!
We are Pints and Pistons. Zoom is malfunctioning tonight, unfortunately.
Hold on, before we start, let me double check volumes, guys. Sorry.
Fair enough.
And why does it still say episode 90 or episode 91?
Double check
It says
volume,
episode 91.
guys.
Oh, it does.
So, anyway, Zoom is malfunctioning tonight, so we're not going to be able to get Chris, but we might be able to get him through the phone on, like, a video chat or something like that. And it was returning to Chris because he's supposed to be making it back into Florida sometime soon, but unfortunately not today, and I already said the title, and so...
Typical pad around.
Oh, it's been, of course, you know.
So, it's just us three, and cars... And
Well,
beer.
hell, the last fucking couple of times, like, half the time the fucking computer hasn't even been able to do shit.
So, anyway...
It is International Beer Day, though.
It is! I think we should get a beer. Should we get a beer?
get a beer.
We should get a beer.
Evening old school garage. Hey, we should get a beer.
We need a beer!
Somebody say beer.
Chris is back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the band is back together.
Yes!
It is.
Beer-wise, have we got a treat? Well, we have a treat. We'll tell you guys about it.
Yeah, so we got an absolute treat with this because not last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, right after the last Pints and Pistons episode, me and Brian went down to Marker 48 and we had a wonderful time. We actually got my brother-in-law Ryan down, who actually lives like 10 minutes from there, and we had an absolute blast trying a whole bunch of new beers and that, and yeah, so we picked these up, and I gotta give a thank you to...
Hold on, it went wonky for a second. Hold on. Alright, this is that one. Sorry. I might need to invest in a different USB splitter, maybe?
I might have a Rock Band one.
Hold on. Oh, it should be now separate? No. See, it just for... Hello?
Got something going on.
Hold on.
Hold on, let me pull up my phone.
Alright, we're good. No, you're good. Alright, that one's
Are
up.
you sure
Hey,
you're good?
yeah, you guys talk for me.
Oh yeah, no, we
check,
should be
check,
good.
check your flies, check.
Turn that one up a little bit.
Chickadee, check.
Check yourself before we
check.
wreck ourselves.
Perfect.
Alright.
Alright, now
cool.
we're good.
Sorry, we're done with the technological differences. Now we can.
Alright, turn that one down a little bit.
Cool, you just told...
Alright, yeah, no, it's
Alright,
good now. Sorry.
how about now?
Anyway, so we had absolute fun
Hi,
at
old
Marker
schools.
48. Hey, old schools. The other mic. So all four mics are good.
Been religiously following us. Too.
Yes.
Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
really
We
appreciate
well
that.
now
this
that Chris is back, we need to go to his house and check out the gas.
Exactly. So this was the first beer that we had, and this is called Slingin' Coconuts Toasted Coconut Hefeweizen.
And it is.
Oh my god, I already smell it.
Dude,
Ooh.
So also I gotta give a huge shout out to my brother-in-law Ryan for he bought these beers for us to have.
It's been so long since I've gotten to do this. Can I read it in?
yes, you may read it in.
All right, so this is Marker
Amazing.
48's Slinging Coconuts, Toasted Coconut Hefeweizen, which the description is a Hefeweizen with copious amounts of fresh roasted coconut added to give it a distinct flavor of the tropics with banana, clover, and coconut. This beer is best enjoyed fresh. We recommend popping the top while you lounge in a hammock, listening to Jimmy Buffett, or chilling in your favorite bathing suit by a body of water.
And boys, it's got coconut floaties in it.
It's
This gonna be one. We
I
can't.
didn't stir the bottom.
We're not gonna be able to cheers this.
no. This
I'm
one
going half
when you get some stuff from Marker 48, it is a full pint. It's gonna be 2 tippy tops. So I don't know. We might have to take a sip then.
Yeah,
Cheers
we're gonna have to,
because I ain't-
I can't do it.
I thought it was really clear, and then I stirred the bottom of the can, and it was very cloudy.
Oh yeah, this is good
This
stuff.
looks
Oh my Lanta!
All right, now we can clink.
We need to clink. Okay, clink and go back in, please.
Oh,
The first of many
Hey.
more clinks to come,
Yes.
boys.
Yes. The first clink with Chris back is glad to. Oh, it's
Band's back
it's
together.
glad to be back.
We're on a mission from God.
That is amazing.
Mm.
Like the banana
Oh my
and the
God.
coconut are there. They're strong.
So this is kind of like all of the extras from Hawaiian Lion,
Right.
Hey, cheers,
but
deep
in a
South
he-
Nicky. Cheers.
but in a Heffy instead of a stout.
Yeah.
That has got to be the best Hefeweizen I've ever had.
It's
Freaking
amazing.
amazing, isn't it?
Oh my god!
Look at how cloudy it is.
Oh, yeah.
too.
So,
I thought it was clear at first, and it got so much cloudier.
I
Well,
poured
like
the whole thing. It was like, oh, that's really clear. And then I stirred the can and poured it, and it was all cloud.
Hey, look how clear it is now.
oh, yeah.
Slosh.
So, Brian got
A
this
lot
first.
of sediment in the bottom. Love it.
Yeah,
Brian
I
got
arrived
there first.
I got there just a few minutes before they did, so of course, being at a brewery, I'm gonna step up to the bar before I get some food.
There might actually be like a tiny bit of coconut milk in it. To be
Oh, there's
honest.
something going on in there, but there
He
is.
got there. He got this. We walked in the door. As I'm walking in the door, the look on his face was, "Take a sip of this right now."
Yeah,
And
try
before I
this
could
one.
do anything else, I tried it, turned around, went straight to the bar, and got it. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That is
Yeah.
so good.
Yes. And the great thing is it's really, it's not a, well, no, this one is slightly higher octane. This one is
What?
6.2.
6.2%, 18 IBU.
Well, that's dangerous because that's
Yeah, but this
tasty.
this
So
this-
tasty, I could drink 4 or 5 of them.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
sitting
Like
there.
I said, and the thing is, I mean,
Copyright. Sorry.
what? All right.
Hang on, let me. Amazing. Absolutely love it. So,
I muted it just while he was doing that.
but no, this is one of my favorite
That's
new things
seriously.
that Marker 48 has done.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that.
Uh-huh.
That's definitely that's a earn a spot in the fridge type of beer right there for sure.
100%.
100%.
So far I have not found it in. So far, I have not found it in any of the stores locally. The only spot that I found it was actually at Marker 48 in their cooler.
You mean I'll have to take a drive down to Marker 48?
Marker
No big
48
deal.
is not bad to get to, especially with
Not
the new
not a big deal.
with the new Suncoast extension.
Well, even from here, it's even not bad. You just go down 581, hit Lake Lindsay, and go that way.
Even when you're where you're going to be living, don't bother going down to 98.
Yeah.
Come over to
Go
one
on
at my
to
house.
44.
No.
Oh my
no,
God.
Yeah, 44 to Parkway right
Yeah.
there. Get off at 50.
We get to Tampa in 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
So it is International Beer Day. So
it is International Beer Day, so
cheers.
cheers everybody to International Beer Day.
Cheers.
And this is delicious, like seriously.
This is a great way to kick off International Beer Day.
Oh,
It's so far on the opposite spectrum of dry.
Oh yeah, it's
It's such a refreshing and juicy beer.
It is so juicy, and it's one of those to where
it
like
doesn't taste like a beer.
this really.
No, it tastes like a beer. The underlying beer is really good.
Yeah, the
And then-
carbonation and whatnot, but
There's not a lot of carbonation to it, but then, man, that coconut and banana
It's
flavor is
it's
just
smooth.
perfect.
The-
It's smooth.
The
It's
four
super
pack of
smooth.
this should be wearing some of those sweatpants that say "juicy" across the back.
And,
Right.
well, what's funny is too is like when you look at it, like it doesn't look like it should taste like that. Like I'm looking at yours, Mike, and it looks like some fogged ass cider that's rotten. Like after it's settled,
Yeah,
it tastes amazing though.
It looks like you scooped it out of a mud puddle.
yeah.
Hello, Brian. Everything all right?
Okay.
You want to let in or out?
So, Brian, as you can see now that it's settled, it somewhat resembles like rotten cider, or like
It kind of does.
but it tastes so amazing.
It does taste amazing. This might sound weird, but
Hey, thanks, old school grad. Happy Beer Day.
Yes.
you know, it's going to be weird, but I kind of liking it from the can better
Then
than
on draft,
because
you get the floaties.
we got more stuff in it.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? That's actually a really good point.
and it does have a little.
I mean,
bit
it was
different
it was
flavor.
slightly hazy, but not like
Not
not
like
like
that.
Well,
this.
no, taps have a filtration system.
Yeah. This is,
And they settle at the bottom.
Correct.
This.
Of the, and they're low pressure too, so it's
Yeah.
yeah. That's actually like
That's a
something
science
I
of
don't-
beer type
We've
of
never really brought something like that up.
It's
I
never
know,
come up in one
because
of
I
our
had thought about it before.
Guys, what are we doing?
Well, here's the thing. 'Cause
Calm down.
I mean, we've had beers that we've had on tap and then we've had out of the can, but none of them like this that were as unfiltered like this one is.
Yeah.
So this is really, I mean, it's been a couple of weeks, but even over a couple of weeks, it's been a back-to-back comparison of on tap at the brewery versus in the can,
Yeah.
which came from the
And
brewery.
it's also one of those. This has been sitting still in the outside fridge for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
So like it didn't move until we just brought
So what
it
did I
out.
miss?
No, I just remembered something. I have to mention, and I can't like go too far into specifics, but you guys will get the point. You probably won't. Sorry, but
That's fine.
a certain brewery has. I'm trying to get it in the works. They're leaning towards doing it though, but letting us have time there on one of their days off
Oh.
Sweet.
Oh.
with a recorded tour.
Sweet.
So
Sign me up.
yeah,
All right.
I got to talk to the other owner because it's like two people.
Mhm.
And yeah, we'll get it all worked out. Like the one guy's all for it. He's a car guy.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
Not, but he's like one of those the obscure ones. He's not like a car guy where he has modified cars, but he knows how to do everything on a car and likes doing that kind of stuff. And he just has like a regular car and everything, like nothing, not even modified, nothing
Oh,
like
that's
that.
fine.
But and he said his like co-port buddy or whatever, co-owner should be good for it. So, and I've talked to him and I kind of threw it by him and he was all like, yeah. So, but they might give us like one of their days off where it's just us.
That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Oh.
Do we need the Acadia for such
Yeah,
a day?
no. At that point, we'll have our producer drive us.
Yeah.
We'll have the producer drive us.
Producer doesn't quite know this yet, but well, we'll find out soon enough.
That's why she should be watching.
And whenever you guys get the opportunity to go to said place for the food, you should because the food is.
Yeah, I've looked online and grokked their menu, and yeah,
Well, I found out too.
The
So
seafood seller is doing it, right? Yeah.
exactly what he said, and I know the owner of Seafood Cellar, and
yeah, I've
I know
been there
his
before.
quality,
Yeah, I've been there before.
and oh my gosh, ugh, the food.
That is so good.
It is.
That sounds like a field trip we need to make.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like 2 field trips we need to make.
Uh-huh.
One just for food, one just for beer.
Well, food and beer and one
Oh.
for brewery tour.
Oh, okay, so 3. We gotta go to Old Schools.
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta do
no,
that.
like seriously.
Like, yeah.
So
Old
Old
School
School
Garage.
Garage, he has been following us for a long time here on YouTube, but he also follows us on TikTok. He has a 64 Falcon, Falcon or Galaxy? Crap, sorry. It's either Falcon or Galaxy. I think it's Falcon. Gasser that he's building.
Oh, we got
And he lives right in Homosassa.
Homosassa.
Yeah.
And he wants to give us a full tour of what he's doing and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll
and all
do that.
that we
Falcon.
can do that.
Yeah,
Falcon.
Falcon.
Sorry.
I knew he would come in.
Yeah, I knew it. But yeah, no, his name is Mike also, and but it was one of those we were kind of waiting for you to get back to all 4 of us be able to go down there and
Well, actually,
get to see this.
before we go any further, we have to establish something. Old Schools, are you tall, regular height, or short?
He's taller than me, so,
So we're gonna have a tall mic and a short mic.
yeah,
That's not saying much, though.
exactly. Everybody's taller than me. So also,
I know. Going to hell again.
No. Oh. Yeah. You broke Chris.
Hey, it's okay.
Welcome back, buddy.
Oh, it's good to be back, guys. And so, just so everyone is aware, I am back for good. I am back in county. I will be on every episode from here on out.
Yes, Chris is once again a transplanted Florida man.
We're
Yeah.
so
A
glad to have you
Nuvo
back.
Florida man.
Like we missed you so much.
I
All of
missed
us.
you guys.
Like
Hey,
personally and everything. Other than here, we've all.
so
Like, I want to be clear about something. One of the reasons, like, the few times that I, like, bagged out on doing the Zoom in, it was too depressing.
Yeah.
It's like I miss you guys so much, and being on Zoom is just not the same as being here. And it's like, it just made me
Yeah,
sad.
and then the one time you dropped your beer and your laptop,
Oh,
so...
God.
Oh, he's 5'9", so definitely taller.
Yeah.
And see, I'm super excited that you were able to make it back especially for our next episode, because our next episode, guys, 4 years. Can
Yep.
you friggin' believe
No.
We're coming up on 4 years.
Where's the time gone?
I
4
didn't-
years of this idiocy? Here's to
Yeah.
4 more.
like
Fucking A.
I know, but it's one of those guys. Like I thought we would make it like a couple weeks before we got tired of each other.
We never got tired of each other.
Exactly.
It's too much fucking
No, and-
fun.
So, all right, so I was talking, and I'm sorry, it's been a terrible memory's bad right now for the past few weeks. I was talking to somebody, I don't even remember who it was. Hector. Talking to Hector about this. And he was saying how cool it was and everything. And he's like, do you ever, like, get tired of it or feel like it's work? And I was like, no. And even if it was something that I'd go out of my way to do, I'm not really going out of my way to do it whatsoever. It's what I would do on a Friday night if I was with my buddies at the bar.
Well, and
And
that's
that's-
how
on the back
literally
porch
how it
somewhere.
started.
Because
Was me and
The
Brian
back
would
porch
just sit
sound.
here and watch the cars go by while drinking beers, and it was like, dude, this is like, and Sabrina yelling at us, going, just fucking put it on YouTube. And
Hey,
we're like,
and put it this way too: we're not out hooning cars. We're not out fucking smoking meth.
no,
at least not tonight.
We're not robbing houses
No.
or banks.
Picked a hell of a day to stop puffing glue.
no.
Well,
And
I
on
mean-
those, we have
Oh,
Sabrina cooks amazingly
I had a good one.
every time. I mean, unless we order pizza, then Domino's cooks really good.
He said, "That's awesome. I wish I would have found you guys sooner. I went to a local shoe store, and the girl that
Oh,
Paige!
yeah, that's
my
my
wife!
That's Dan's
That's
wife.
my wife!
Hey.
Oh, that's funny!
Will you please ask your wife if she can get me a way to purchase just one goddamn shoe?
She don't work there no more, but I asked her, and she actually did. She got a response from Fila.
It said no because they sell shoes in pairs.
Correct.
That's exactly the response I got from everybody.
I found another opposite one-legged guy recently, and I did that thing.
Wrong size.
Yeah, no. This was after that. This was like I think it was probably like May. He was at Kia, and I like just kind of like one of those like, hey man, that's a weird question.
Dude, you got to start filming the shit when you do it. It's gonna be hilarious.
Well, the other guy, I was over. Did I tell? Did you heard about that, right, Chris? I Facebook messaged a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, as somebody who I like made friends with him off one of the car groups on Facebook. He's got one leg. It's opposite of Brian's. I've seen pictures of him, and he's about the same height as Brian. And I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, man, I have a really weird question." And he's like, "What's up?" And I said, "I have a one-legged friend who has the opposite one leg of you, and I want to know your shoe size because he's been looking for a shoe buddy." And he responded back with his shoe size, which I don't remember what it is now. It wasn't yours, though. And I was like, oh, it's not his. And he's like, damn. And he goes, I didn't think about that. I've been legless for about 7 months. I need to find a shoe buddy. And I said, yeah, you did. He's got a 911 turbo, all-wheel drive, full bolt-ons, 458 to the wheels.
Oh goddamn, that thing's got to be a riot to drive. And
Speaking of drives,
speaking of driving,
there'll
Mike,
be a video of this up on TikTok later
A
on.
video of what
So,
do you say? What do you
we
declare a
need,
video
to
of?
we need to go back in time a little ways.
All right, hold on. Let's do it.
Someone,
Time machine?
Huey Lewis,
I'm
where are
ready.
you?
If you guys go on our channel and you go a couple years back in the videos,
Probably about 2.
yeah, a couple years back in the videos, a year or so, a couple years ago.
Came up recently too on Facebook chats. Thanks, Chris. I should have done that, but I did it. And you also need to send me that video so I can upload it to a certain Facebook group. So anywho,
So we were over at Chris's. We were over at Chris's, and we were playing on his race sim, and he had it set up in full manual for 3 pedals. And well, my happy ass decided to jump into the driver's seat and see what would happen.
I had to help a tiny bit.
So Mike had the
remember one leg,
one leg, 3 pedals.
left leg two,
Yeah, left
3
one-
pedals.
3 pedals. Now, going even further back in time, I was like 12. And I had to mow the yard, and cars were in the way, and the cars were manual. So to move the cars to mow the yard, I had to figure out how to drive a manual because my parents weren't home to move the cars for me. Well, moving the cars around turned to be around the neighborhood because that was moving the cars before I mowed the yard. So when I turned 15 and I got my learner's permit, Dad decided he wanted to take me out and teach me how to drive a manual transmission. I had to intentionally
I was
fuck
gonna
up.
say, how do you? That's gonna be hard to act bad at doing.
I had to intentionally fuck up driving a manual transmission so that Dad didn't know that I was out driving a manual transmission for the past 3 years, moving the cars around the neighborhood to mow the yard. I did recently tell my dad about that, and he just looked at me. He wasn't even disappointed. I think he didn't want to be like, okay, that was cool.
He was proud. No,
He
was.
had to be.
Secretly.
Yeah.
Proudness there.
Secretly, he was probably thinking, wow, you really are kind of an asshole, but that was pretty good. So, but anyway, so yeah, so Mike, so I obviously, before I got hurt, all I drove was manual transmission. So I know how to drive a manual transmission fairly well. You know, I'm not expert racer level or anything like that, but I know how to drive a manual transmission. So we were playing on a simulator. I hopped in the driver's seat, and trying to slip the clutch to get the race car to move didn't work, so Mike had to clutch to get the car out of the pits. But once on track, I started bouncing across the pedals and figuring things out, and then Dan started filming me, and he actually caught
Next
in
thing
the
you know, he's
video.
fucking, like,
I was only 3
spider
seconds.
legging
I was
it.
faster than these two and 3 seconds slower than him.
Which,
But he was,
which
but-
honestly, too, I thought was one of the most interesting things to watch.
But-
how you did.
okay,
everything.
so
that was.
okay,
he's breaking gas.
It
at
was
the
amazing.
same time.
so I started out. I was basically hopping from the gas pedal to the clutch pedal, the gas pedal to the clutch pedal, the brake pedal to the clutch pedal, da 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 da. And then as I started doing this, I started feeling under braking. I started feeling the clutch pedal on the left side of my foot because I was doing this barefoot. And I got to thinking, it's like, wait a second. With 2 feet, clutch, brake, flip, throttle. I have 1 foot. I can brake and kick the clutch. And my lap times got quicker. So there's a video of me driving 3 pedals on a race simulator with 1 foot.
Correct.
So fast forward here and there, I've done this as a little party trick in Mike's 86, and most recently in a very low mile, very sweet, one of 1,494 SVT Cobras with the hard top. And this thing is amazing condition, really nice car. And I couldn't believe he just let me drive around the parking lot. So it's something that I could do in a parking lot, but not really something that's suitable for public roads. It's certainly not in traffic. But tonight, I drove his Focus ST, which only come in manuals. I did it allegedly right out there
In Mexico,
in Mexico.
with the turbo
Right over there in
doing,
Mexico.
doing turbo things and going full pull.
Through 3 gears with 1 foot.
It was full on.
Allegedly.
It was full pull.
And allegedly, not like shifting. It was like like everyone else. That was fucking fantastic.
And I know it was full pull because of the smoke that was coming out the back. I looked and I'm like, oh, he's he's on it.
And the car makes push push noises when you let off of it, and it did that 3 times, allegedly,
In Mexico.
in Mexico.
Allegedly. So we have a video of Mexico proof, and that'll be going edited and up onto TikTok. But I want you to know when it's posted, it is not some magic read to where all of a sudden it's someone driving and Brian in a driver's seat. The last 30 seconds of the video is Brian pulling up, downshifting into the yard, driving.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
In Mexico.
In Mexico.
in the Mexico part of Florida. So, speaking of Mexico,
And I will say this, that little car is so much easier to drive than the Mustangs are.
which is crazy to me because that clutch is so hard.
Yeah, I mean, he's got aftermarket clutch and everything in there, and it's...
Were you trying? Was there a bug, or were you trying to get the bit?
There's a little, like, thing in there that I want to get out so I can drink the rest of this beer. Ah, got it. Ha.
Dude, there's a screwdriver right here.
It's magnetic too.
Oh, look at. After I finish, sorry.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of.
I was gonna say we might need to rinse these out before recording the next one.
So good, though.
Oh, right,
crap.
right.
That was fantastic.
And just
Like, how often do I beat you guys drinking a beer?
I'm
That's
really
good.
surprised about that. So the next one,
Brian just shook us all up. It looks like a hurricane in there now.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Stormed everything up.
the next one,
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for you to try because I think you're gonna have to love that one.
Dude,
too.
this is like shining the light through lemon meringue.
Yeah.
but it's so good.
Yeah, you got to swirl the glass to see, so we don't have as much of a patch in there that Dan's got.
Yeah. So, talk about Mexico. Our very first episode, we had an amazing topic that coming up on 4 years now, and after recent activity, I really think we need to talk about it again because I don't think the message got across to certain people.
Can we quickly appreciate how that guy went by? He was
Right.
trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
Like it sounded like he was trying to be quiet on the motorcycle.
Yeah, it's amazing. It happens. It's like BMW turn signals. They happen every now and then.
Saw it today, actually. Anyway,
So did I. On the way here, I actually had one behind me indicate a lane change.
Anyway, sorry, Mike.
So,
Well, we were driving back from Savannah at this point, but I saw, about to leave from Savannah back down here, and I saw what happened.
so I just,
So,
you know,
you were there, but we have to bring back up how not to be a dick at a car meet.
so if you
Oh.
want to go way into the Wayback Machine and dial up all the way back to episode 1, we did a thing that was sort of my little pet peeve. It's called car meet dipshits.
And the reason why I tried really hard to find out who that was. I was hoping it was that Mike guy.
No,
But
no,
it wasn't,
I-
unfortunately. But anyway.
the dude's a big, cool. golf guy.
I didn't realize I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, I
I've
am
met
too,
him
because he
before.
used to date a girl at the end of the road, and
I
he
remember
is.
talking about his truck with him and shit.
Yeah.
I liked it and everything. And he seemed like
Yeah, it's a GMT 400.
a normal person.
So this past
Yeah.
Sunday was our local Cars and Coffee.
Which
Was the
That's-
biggest one that we've had so far.
and that phrase is a staple across the country.
Cars and Coffee.
You can find a Cars and Coffee almost anywhere near you, wherever you are.
Cars and Coffee meets are awesome because it's not just the boomers rolling out classic cars. It's not just import guys rolling out in tuner cars. It's not just stance cars. It's not just Jeeple and 4x4ers and all that sort of stuff. It's not so much. It's not a club event. It's
Just everybody
anything
rolling out on
anything
a
with
Sunday
4
morning.
wheels or 2 wheels or 3 wheels
Or 1 wheel.
6 wheels
It's like if we had wrench monkeys in a public place without burnouts.
without the hood rat stuff.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
no hood rat stuff.
And that's fine. It's amazing because you actually talk to people.
You walk up, people that go will be exposed to types of cars and vehicles that they would not be exposed to in their normal meets because people normally tend to go to
Certain
high
events.
performance cars, or they go to the classic car cruises, or they go to the import stuff.
Yeah.
And this is just everybody
Comes together.
take a giant box, throw all the different kind of car cultures and everything in there, shake it up, dump it out in a parking lot in the morning.
And how many awesome people have we met? Like,
So many. And with the Trans Am with the dump truck turbo on it. Like,
Cliff, the picture guy with that with the Mordred
yeah.
BMW that's got crazy amounts of miles on it makes
looks brand new.
It makes my car look dirty.
Yep.
I mean, and like I said, everybody
Everything
you
in
meet at these
between.
things, you just meet a bunch of really nice, really cool people who are all into cars and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this past weekend, somebody rolled in a lower GMT 400 or GMT 800, short bed pickup.
Single cab short bed.
Single cam short bed, kind of looked pretty cool. It's like, all right, kind of rolled in.
He's got a Billfish LS.
Yeah,
It's a
And-
nice build.
And it's centrifugal supercharged.
And then proceeded to do a burnout. And he was told,
In the parking lot.
Yeah,
In
like
the
not
park.
leaving, in like where the other cars were.
like in one of the rows in the parking lot. And he was now I was a few rows over from this, but I could gather that he was told in a not so nice way to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So this brings back up the subject of car meet dipshits. Because this is the kind of shit that gets car meets of all kinds shut down. Because the cops don't care that it was one guy who never showed up before that did that. The property owners, because people actually own these parking lots and they pay to maintain them.
And that's a nice plaza.
It's a
With a lot
really
of nice stores, restaurants.
It is a
everything.
really nice place. It's a nice parking lot. It's spacious.
Yeah.
It's easy to get in and out of. It's centrally located, fairly central located in the county. It's a great place, and it's become a really cool meet.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was he was pretty much told to leave, and then he was delayed because someone else decided, well, hey, if you're going to be a dick, we'll be a dick and kind of tie you up. But he did leave, and then you guys can fill in the rest because apparently he decided to go
I
full
saw-
dipshit on Faceballs.
I saw it on Facebook before the post got deleted. I saw it on Facebook actually before I saw what happened. It was when we were actually sitting in your mom's living room, and I was looking like, apparently someone did something stupid at Cars and Coffee, and he went on to a whole entire thing about how it's a car meet. What the hell is like getting pissed that I did a burnout and you're a fucking twat and you short motherfucker and this and that and I'll never be supporting one of these events again and all that shit.
Good.
And I'm like,
Don't ever come back.
Yeah, we're totally happy
and I'm
with
looking
that.
at the comments, and every single comment is like, well, you were an asshole for doing that. And then he's saying, I'm going to kick your ass, come meet up right now, I'll fucking punch you in the face, all that stuff. And it's like, they're just letting you know you were a dumbass for doing that in the middle. Like, there's places to be and places to do that where the night before, there was a Wrench Monkeys meetup at the shop. If you want to do a burnout someplace, go to Wayne's shop, do a burnout on the burnout pad.
On
Like,
private
open-
property,
on
where they
private
say,
property,
hey,
yeah, come do it.
Come do burnouts.
I've been scrolling for a reason. Don't tell me what I can do. I will beat you till you can't breathe.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of my face. I'll fucking shoot you.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
why be a dick about that when you could literally just, go to Wrench Monkeys when you're doing a meet to where you got a burnout pad there. Go to Leadfoot City when you got a burnout pad.
Or
Don't
even if you did that shit, say, I'm sorry, and leave.
Right.
Fucking leave.
Yeah,
Don't be like that.
yeah.
And it's, I was hoping it was that one fucking guy.
what you're doing is you're making it to where you're gonna get something that a whole lot of people love shut down, and then you're gonna be the cause of it.
Yeah. And I apologize too for not going to the past couple ones after that one I went to because I found out that Mike guy regularly attends those.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't fucking bother going there.
I want
we,
to
as,
go, we were on
we
it.
as car guys, we complain. We talk about California, right?
Yeah.
Over there, you go to
They
California
got those damn
and
takeovers.
you literally have to have
That
your
happened
car
here, too. Not in
computer
here, but
inspected
Florida.
over in California now.
Yeah,
now.
They have to
Right.
plug in and verify you're running the factory ECU tune on your car,
Or an OBD compliant, or an OBD exempted tune.
or it has to be exempted, or it has to be California compliant to run an aftermarket tune on your car there. They're scanning that. And
Now-
the reason they're doing that is because the shit like the takeovers
And the sideshows
the
and all that stuff and
sideshows
shit.
and
They
the
just
people
opened, they
doing
just,
stuff like that at
they
car
just
meets.
reopened a bridge that had been under construction for the past 4 or 5 years,
Yeah,
and they
shut
immediately had to shut it down because as soon as it opened up, people went out there and did stupid shit on the bridge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
There's one of Charger, wreck it.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Like,
And that is the stuff that kills the car community as a whole.
Yeah.
I know it's fun to do a burnout, but you
Oh,
do
trust
it
me,
in a
it's-
crowded
yeah.
parking lot
No,
surrounded
yeah.
by a bunch of people's very expensive or very cherished cars.
And
And it takes
Not
only
only
one
that-
second for you to fuck up.
well, it's not only with
It's
the
not-
cars. It's the fact it's a family event. Like,
Yeah, people are
one,
bringing
one
their
of the
friends.
people that were bringing up, a comment about it is one of our friends. I'm not going to name names, but one of our friends that was there with his wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
2 little kids. And it's like, dude, like, and he even said, I'm all for that, but you don't do that here. Like, my 2 kids were right next to that when it was going on.
That's why we do wrench
And-
monkeys,
yeah.
caution tape,
Exa-
all fucking
exactly.
drive up. We have people
And
watching
he
you.
and he has been to those meets and all that. He's like, and he even said, go to a meet like that to where yes, you can.
where
Like,
burnouts are
like,
encouraged
literally, we're
and
walking
graded.
in-
and
we're-
it's a safe, controlled area.
We're literally walking in front of the cars. Like that's not a
Well
place to
controlled.
do it. Yeah.
Controlled. But still, like, it's
Oh,
super
because it's one of
nice
those. If something like that were, if something was to happen, you literally just be going into a
yeah,
giant wooden.
it's always
right.
it's one
you
bad
know.
apple to ruin the bunch.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, and well, our Mustang Club, we do our meetups all the time, and for a while we had another group that would show up in the same parking lot, and the first time they were there, they were all doing some absolutely dumbass shit,
And we had to go over there and talk. to
we
them.
had to go over there and tell them to knock that.
that was the late days of the IMF meets when
No,
it
that
kind
was
of
the no, that was
Right at the beginning.
the
early.
early. Oh
No, that was the late because IMF started over at that wing shop.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well, I'm
say
talking
that
about
was
when
when it.
they ended up at our parking lot.
Yeah, but it like
So-
the group started getting shifted hands a bunch, and like the main guy who orchestrated everything disappeared. Like actually, nobody's actually heard from him.
No, it was still with him though. It was
Oh,
still
was
with
it?
him when
Okay.
this happened. Yeah.
So anyway, so we had to go over and tell those guys, hey, knock that shit off. And then the second time, they weren't as bad, but there were a couple of them that were starting to do stupid shit, and we had to tell them to knock it off. And then we finally found the guy, and we went over to him, and we had to explain to him that us as a group had actually went through the trouble properly and got permission from the property management company and the restaurant that's right adjacent to the parking lot that we used to say, hey, we kind of do this thing and we've outgrown our other spot. Your spot just looks pretty cool and we would like to do this, but we want to have your permission to do it. And we don't have problems with cops. We
Here's
don't have
our
problems with this.
insurance.
This is weird.
Like we actually have insurance.
Like this is our club's insurance policy, the whole 9 yards. And they were like, yeah. So then this other group shows up, and it's not like we give a crap if another group of car enthusiasts shows up, because
It's
hey, the more
awesome.
the merrier.
Just
But when they go off and do stupid shit,
it reflects that on
and all of the businesses around there start getting pissed off, and they call the cops and they call the property management company. Well, the cops are going to come in and they're going to see car meet, not this group and this other group. They're going to see one group and kick everybody else out,
Exactly.
and then the property management company isn't going to do any real top-notch investigative work. They're just going to look through their Rolodex, if you remember what those are, the phone book, and the address book in your
Yeah.
phone. They're going to look up through their contact list and go, oh, those are the people we said could be there. And then we get a nasty letter that says, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we
I
can't
had to
have
explain
that.
And
You
they're
know?
like, oh, you actually got permission? I'm like,
Yeah.
This is a legitimate group.
this is
Yeah.
what you're actually supposed to do when you have stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's why you don't get run out by the cops and all that. If you actually do the time and go, like when you're trying to do a meet and stuff like that, if you actually just sit down and go, hey, like call the 99% of the time, they'll be like, oh, cool, it's going to get, people into our businesses.
Right. Chris from Clutch Up Go, you made an excellent point. He said, yeah, I quit going to the Arby's meet or IMF or whatever because I got taken over by kids with trucks throwing trash
Yep.
everywhere and drinking and
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
and that
around the
was-
parking lot.
That
Yeah,
was the
Exactly.
thing. They
Yeah,
would also,
exactly.
when they would leave piles of trash.
Yeah, they
like,
go to fucking Wendy's and spend like $50 on food and literally leave the
leave it
shit
in
on the
the
ground.
Yeah.
You
And
own a
it-
truck, it's a giant trash can.
And
Right,
you,
throw the
I
shit
mean,
right in your
like I
bed.
said, see them walking around the car meet with open containers and the whole 9
Yeah.
yards. Now, that's not to say that
when we go to Friday Night Thunder, it's an entertainment district at that point. They are selling beer right there on the side.
Or like I said, you can go into Coaches, and if you want to have your beer at Coaches or on Coaches porch, or if you
You're
want to go to the
welcome to.
sidebar and either sit inside the sidebar or right out front at their tables, you can drink from regular mugs. But if
Yeah.
they say, hey, are you going to be on the property? You're going to walk.
They
When
give
they
you a
walk,
plastic
they
cup.
give you a plastic cup
Yep.
from the city of Inverness, so that
Yep.
if you're walking around with a beer in your hand, any officer that's there just kind of watches.
See,
Well, and they
Hey,
even if they have
yeah.
the tap truck there,
Yeah.
they do the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Highly
like,
recommend the sidebar, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's
So,
one
yeah,
of
like I
those,
said, if
like,
you're-
we're not saying, like, you can't. It's just one of those, like, you gotta do it.
so yeah, if you're
Responsible.
walking around that event with a long neck in your hand,
Right.
well, someone's going to stop you and say, hey, don't do that. But if you're walking around with one of the entertainment district, cups in your hand, they'll be like, hey, have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And even non-sanctioned
It
events.
just boils down to their dipshits.
Exactly. Don't be a car meet dipshit. It's
Don't
that
sell
simple.
a car without a title. That's how I feel.
Don't shit where you eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Morons.
No, yeah. It's
The reason car clubs get run off of properties is because of that.
Exactly.
Plain and simple.
Exactly. And like I said, it's just it's a basic concept of don't shit where you eat.
yep.
Simple.
Like if we had when I was hanging out with the Mustang crew, the Mustang Club a lot. If we had somebody show up that started doing stuff like doing burnouts while we were sitting there having the meet, the rest of the club would be like, "Hey man, you gotta go.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
You can't have that here. No, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go now."
That's it.
Bye.
And thankfully,
Don't come
we,
back.
We only had to do it the one time at Wrench Monkeys, but
Yeah.
other than that, we'd be doing the same thing. Like, listen, if you want.
Even with that, so he gets his parking lot repaved, and somebody comes in that weekend and does donuts in his parking
yeah.
lot and tears his fresh pavement up.
Yep.
That type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like Leadfoot City would do the same thing too. If you did it there, it'd be the
Right.
same thing.
Yeah.
And
Oh, if you did it out at Leadfoot City, like if you went out into their parking lot and did a burnout, they would kick you out and ban you forever.
Yep. Same thing happened at the Wings and Things. Oh God.
The Wings and Things.
Oh, the kid with the stock red towel. Oh my God, what the fuck was that guy's name? His dad was a cop or some shit. Something with a V, I think. You remember that kid? He had the...
Yes, I remember
Oh my
him.
God,
I can't
what
remember
the
his name.
What was his name? He was racing people out by Walmart and shit, and then he called
They
the
were
cops
putting
on him.
videos of it up in the group.
Yeah, and then
I was the one who pulled him aside. Was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you should maybe take those
Wait a
videos
minute,
down
were
because
these the assholes that were racing on 491 right next to Walmart?
yes."
Yeah.
Those idiots.
Yeah,
The ones
and
that
I
have-
even
no,
pulled him aside. Was like,
the kid-
"Hey,
the kid
you should
walked-
maybe take those videos down because they're
Evidence.
evidence."
And what the big thing he did was he lost somebody, so he called the cops saying people were street racing there to get the guy arrested who he lost to. It was something with a V. It wasn't Vincent. It was like Vincenzo or some shit like that.
Something weird.
I remember that fucking kid. What a fucking prick. Sorry.
And the one dude was in a wagon, like an old Caprice wagon.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were at the Wings and Things. The one kid with the red Miata was doing donuts around one of the light poles.
Dude, that was like, I don't know if you guys ever, well, Brian definitely not, maybe Mike, but did you ever experience the nights at fucking Club Rain when they
Yes.
had the
Yes.
when they had
Yes.
the Ocala people come out?
Yes. Oh no. Okay.
No.
So yes,
Those,
because that
Chris,
was.
that was those were
It was.
wild
It was.
nights.
Well, it only happened
I've
twice.
heard.
It only happened twice. They came out. The last time they came out was the last night that Drew's WRX was on the road. That was the night that it threw a 3-foot flame out the back. That was also the same night that we blew the thermostat housing in Sabrina's 05 convertible in the Walmart parking lot and had to push it over to the other side of the parking lot so we could get a free tow. Then also that same night was the first night that Will, who actually was here, Will Henson,
Yeah.
and all that. It was the first night we met him, and Sabrina almost fought him in the parking lot, and we actually ended up it's funny because we actually ended up becoming really good friends and all that, and it was just, yeah, it was,
Yeah.
well, yes,
and
that
as
night,
a matter of
that
fact,
night.
let's try this, and then I got just like a tiny 2-minute
But-
scenario to give you, Chris, for that time.
But
And-
we had fun there because it was also one of those to where we had David with his Civic that we put the trays underneath, and he.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
well,
you
tried
did.
blowing-
You did lunch tray
Yeah,
drifting.
well, I
we-
showed you
we
the video,
also-
and he tried blowing it up
That-
and all that.
what was that guy?
But it was the
I think it was
the owner
John.
was telling us.
Oh yeah, the
telling
owner
us to do it.
The owner Joe, he was a car guy.
Yeah.
I worked for him back before the restaurant was called that or whatever. But he let us do all kinds of dumb shit there. But I'll give you a good one, Chris, right after we try this.
I have
poured my
to
whole
I have
thing
to
in.
cut in with something on this. The nose on this. It
Okay.
is
Yeah.
the ice cream truck
Yeah.
orange push
Okay.
pops.
Yo, wait a minute. You're
Straight up
You're
the
still
orange
missing.
push
No,
pops.
you're
missing part of the
missing-
story.
And the kitty out.
You're
Okay,
missing something.
you're missing.
with
You're
this.
missing a few stories here going on. So, this is Marker 48's Employee of the Year, Willie Nelson,
which is
Orange Creamsicle Cream Ale. Now, there's a picture of a kitty cat.
He is he's Marker 48's
He's the
pet.
brewery cat, and
He
he's Willie
sits
Nelson.
out front, greets every single person,
I seen him.
and
Okay.
he is super nice.
He's super cool. Now,
He is a cool cat.
so this is Orange Creamsicle Cream Ale, and apparently this is supposed to be served with an orange creamsicle
creamsicle in it.
in
When you get it at Marker 48, they ask you, do you want a cream? Do you want a
Popsicle or no
creamsicle?
popsicle?
Popsicle or no popsicle?
Yes.
We got no popsicle, but our friend Phil got the popsicle in it, and it really did add a different dimension to it. Like it adds that creaminess, but by itself. By itself,
I'm ready.
it's amazing. It is. This is way better than that tangerine cream ale that we did.
Like,
Yeah, and
but
now-
the nose on it is just
And
straight up orange push pop.
and the thing is, the Lexington Tangerine Cream Ale we had last time was actually really good.
And this has like, yeah, yeah.
Chris, did you steal a sip yet?
Not yet.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this
get
is-
ready.
This will make you hear the ice cream truck playing in your head.
All right.
It's so good.
So anyway, Chris,
Dan,
Nope.
That's-
Nope. Hold on.
it's
Hold on.
ridiculously good.
Didn't you miss our beers?
It's so good.
That is.
It's sweet. It's creamy,
but
But it's
not
not
too
so-
sweet.
not overly sweet. It's
And
not
also,
sickly
I
sweet.
think
It's just
I
perfect.
think
And-
it's
and I think
like, yeah, it's a 4.2.
One of the
That's
first
it.
times in a while we've had two proper bangers
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
beers.
And they're both
and-
Marker 48s.
So that
Yeah.
was my thing when I got these. I made sure they were the two, and there was probably 3 more that we tried that night that were, the Imperial Brown Ale, amazing.
Oh yeah, we had Imperial. I'll have to look up the names of them. I'll do that in just a
'cause he
second.
wrote them down, but we had some of the best variety of beer that we've had in a while, and it was all just. I don't think there was beer I had that night that I was like, oh okay, like I didn't even have a Red Right Return. I had all different beers,
Same.
and yeah.
There is a description on here.
Read
So-
it in, buddy.
To help celebrate our Employee of the Year, brewery cat Willie Nelson, a.k.a. Willie Meowson, we created an orange creamsicle cream ale in his honor. Light and refreshing, this beer will quench your thirst during those endless hours of petting Willie in his favorite chair by the front door of Marker 48.
Yeah, because that's
There-
where he fucking
You're
sits.
not
That's
wrong.
awesome. All right, so picture this, Chris. Even if you
Sicily,
are,
1992.
So Chris,
Nice.
And
even if you're a car guy, like you're at a bar with some of your friends, or even maybe a chick by yourself, whatever. You're vibing, having a good time. You go to leave because it's time to go home. You open the front door, and as you're walking to your car, by inches, somebody misses you as they're drifting their car around the parking lot.
Oh,
That's how
yeah,
a club ring meet works.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Well, no, that was with the Ocala people, though.
exactly. That's what. Yeah. That's
No,
what I wanted to
no.
know.
The Ocala Hobby Lobby meet?
No,
Oh, dude. No,
they,
no,
they ended up coming. So it never used to be the.
I went to the Hobby Lobby meet one time, and I was like, I'm too old to be here.
No,
I
it
went to
never
Vegas
used.
and I left.
Yep, we
left,
have
and-
it even better. We have it even better. Me
Don't
and
worry
you
about the
plus
cough.
Sabrina and all that.
it's not the Rona. I got shit way worse than the Rona. I'll make your leg fall off.
Oh my! What the fuck? It's gone. It's gone.
So, holy
shit, you're right.
where's your leg?
All right.
So it never used. Forget the Hobby Lobby meet.
It's okay. I
Remember
got
when
crutches.
it used to
I got
be
tips
at-
on using crutches for
When
you,
it used to
buddy.
be at Checkers.
Oh, dude.
The amount of fun times we had at Checkers. And before
little
that,
parking lot full of shit.
before that, the Kmart Distribution Center. If Vito is watching right now, hey Vito, how about that curb with the Cold SS? Yeah, you shouldn't race the parking
Do
lot.
they sell Red Right Return in bottles there? They sell it in cans,
And
and
you can
we
get that at ABC too.
yeah we found the cans at ABC Liquors at ABC at least here locally.
Is it Mike Askin? Old school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ABC,
speaking of ABC,
yeah,
so
ABC and Crystal
ABC
River and Inverness both
Yeah.
have Marker 48.
Crystal River's doing growlers again.
Yes.
Just to let you know.
Really?
They just started.
When? Because when I was in there last 2 weeks ago, they still weren't. It looked like it was all shut down.
Last week when I went in, they said they were doing it again.
Okay.
I didn't get anything filled, but I asked because I forgot they weren't doing it.
Oh,
and I
that-
brought my growler in there.
That's
And then,
when-
and then the
that's
girl's
where we
like,
got
"I'm so
to play
sorry."
Linda.
Yeah, that's where we got the Robonaut Red.
Yep.
Oh, that,
They
was
had
that-
Brew Bus Rolling Dirty on tap in there at one point, too.
I wish I could find the Playa Linda Robonaut Red
We've
again.
only been able to find it at one time.
That was the one
Well,
time.
not even on tap in can. Like we
Yeah.
only found it on tap that one time, not
Yeah.
even cans.
Yeah, that was.
And if you want a nice cool growler, a cop, you only have to get it filled, $6.
Really?
64 ounce. And it's glass with the little loop.
Yeah.
And everything.
Well,
$6.
we got ours. We got the Florida State one at ABC and Cursor. I think for like 4 or 5.
Yeah, when
$6.
Sabrina took that one to 9 States to get it filled up, they were looking at it like, "Where'd you get that at?"
Yeah.
Is 9 States still open?
As far as I know.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're still open. They still got a whole bunch of beers and that. We need to do them one time. The only thing is they have a lot of high octanes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that they got a lot of high octanes. Trust me, I have found out.
They need to do flights. Like, give me a flight of
I
your
think
stuff
they do.
and 5-ounce beers.
I believe they do.
Yeah, because you can do that at Marker 48.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do flights. But that was, you
Not
know,
us. We do flights of full sizes.
yeah.
I can't. I'll die.
Yeah, I know
we,
what
we,
you.
we were there for Celtic, so we were there for the whole night. Plus
Right.
we had food.
Oh, you're Cuban.
They have
Freaking
an amazing Marker 48. Whoever
Well, their food trucks change, but every
But the
single
one-
food truck they have is absolutely amazing.
The one that they've had there for the past couple of times that we were there.
Not Burn Bus. Not Bang Bus.
I forgot the name of them. So I'm sorry, I forgot the name of them. But their prices were reasonable. Their service was super quick. Their French fries were absolutely amazing.
They're Cuban.
Their Cuban sandwich was banging.
Yeah.
Absolutely banging.
We
So
always get their loaded fries, and it is a meal on itself. Like the amount of bacon that's on it, and it's like freshly done bacon. Like it's
Yeah,
not
they
bigger
it's-
bits or anything. It
Oh,
is,
yeah,
you
these
have
are-
thick slices of bacon that are cut up.
yeah,
and
this
diced
is like
up.
really. It's not fine dining. It's not fancy eating or anything like that. It's just
It's better than fast food though.
take like your really, really good mom and pop restaurant, throw it on a food truck, and get your food in about 12 minutes. That's what we're talking about, and it's absolutely amazing.
So since this has been like a highly tangent episode, not even tangent, story time.
Yeah, go for it.
Unestablished place which I work had a funny thing happen today.
Did
Very
you shit
funny
your pants?
That was
That would have been funny.
honestly not for nothing. And like, sorry for everyone. I let out a ripping fart this morning, and like my coworker was like, "Dude, did you just shit?"
Poor Ed.
It's like, no, sorry. And guess what? I still can't smell it. So
COVID superpower.
still can't smell poo-poo. Anyway,
Oh, we should cover like some car stuff a little bit.
Yeah, after his story.
Yeah, story and then car
Because
stuff.
I do have one.
Yeah, I've got one too.
Yeah, we need to do that. I'm sorry. So I'm sitting at my desk doing my stuff, working, whatnot, and all of a sudden the whole building moved. Like everything just moved. There was a loud bang.
Someone hit the building.
Someone hit the building.
With what?
God.
With what?
$100,000 Mercedes RV we had for sale.
Oh no.
What, like a converted Sprinter van?
Like a big one. Big.
Oh.
So like
The one that was on the side the other day?
Yeah.
So,
no.
Class B.
The AC unit on the roof isn't there.
So it's a class B.
It was a very
The-
nice Class B motorhome.
The AC unit is
Slightly broken.
So they basically
slightly
Slightly
a
detached.
lotly.
Completely detached.
So they basically did an 11-foot 8+8 bridge moment.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Yeah.
Was it a woman driver?
No.
Us sexist would say.
She
But-
could have thought it was a
But
curve.
and I know it's not going to get back to it. The person who was driving it is in fact a BMW driver.
So no turn signals the entire time.
Send it in. And yeah. Anyway, car stuff, please.
Have you seen the wonderful thing that Ford now wants to do with their dealerships?
Oh, you mean kill them?
Uh,
Now keep in mind, this isn't all of Ford. This is just the CEO.
So have you seen the thing about that, Dan?
I watched it.
Did you see
And-
that?
Yep, I saw it.
And their reasoning for this, I mean, I kind of see where they're coming from.
I
And
understand. Yeah, I
because of
understand
what's
part of it.
what's been going on with the Bronco, and because of what's going to happen with the Lightning,
Has already happened.
and what's
Like,
really happening,
Yeah,
and
already.
the real big thing is the Maverick,
Yeah.
because this is Ford's kind of low price entry level vehicle meant to replace all of the sedans that they quit building, and you can't get a Maverick anywhere near
What it's supposed to cost.
those MSRP prices because the dealers are jacking the shit out of the prices on them.
Yeah.
Which actually reminds me of a thing, a pleasant thing that just reminded me of it. Have you heard what Chevrolet wants to do on the Corvette Z06?
Yes.
You're aware of this.
Yep.
Yes.
So, obviously there's an issue with people buying cars, some at over MSRP prices, but then immediately flipping them and still making money on them, especially on limited edition special cars like what will be the Corvette Z06. Well, Ford has had enough of this shit, and that's why some of the stuff we've talked about before, Ford pulling dealership allocations for certain models like the Lightning and the Bronco and stuff like that, when the dealerships are doing hanky shit on pre-orders and that sort of like.
I meant to ask you, I'm sorry, is there an exemption for the Lightning? Because I thought I saw something about them doing like a no resale rule on that.
It's supposed to.
No.
It's supposed to be like you're not allowed to mark them up past MSRP.
No,
otherwise it'd be-
I'm talking about resale, like buying it and selling it.
No. The only Ford that did that was the
GT.
Ford GT.
Okay, I thought
And that
was
was-
Why-
and that
like
was all-
why John Cena got.
Yeah,
in trouble.
no, I remember that.
That was the whole brouhaha over the John Cena car, which has
Okay.
now changed hands like 6 or 7 times, and still has almost no miles on it.
I
Even
could've
though
swore-
that sold for charity,
Yeah, but
which
still,
like still blows my
could've swore I
mind
saw
that you're
something
gonna
about the
be
lightning
like.
about
No,
that.
so-
Okay.
so-
All right, sorry, go ahead.
So what they're doing, what GM now, this is one of the reasons that the Ford CEO is talking about doing this shit with the dealerships, is because of the resellers and all of this sort of thing, and the car flippers, and also the dealerships that are doing sketchy shit on customer pre-orders.
Yeah.
Like you make your pre-order, and then when your vehicle comes in, that's when the dealership says, "Hey, that's another 10 grand."
Yep.
Or we'll just sell it to somebody else who will pay us the 10 grand.
And
Or charging extra money just to make the pre-order and stuff like that. And
I found out recently it goes deeper than that
yeah.
actually.
So what? Oh yeah.
In a bad way.
There's instances of dealership staff ordering cars and then flipping their pre-orders.
Yep.
To other people.
And then
yeah.
they'll
And-
mass dealer markups as upsells with
Yeah.
extended warranties and things like that to get more money for themselves as
And
a salesperson.
but also too, but
Finance
that's what Ford was really getting pissed about. And so they were doing things like if we catch a dealership that's doing that sort of stuff,
right.
we
yeah.
will pull their allocations of that particular model for the Lightning, for the Bronco, for the Maverick, or whatever. Those allocations will go to other dealerships that aren't getting these complaints. And the customers with all of the pre-orders will also be moved to other dealerships.
Yep.
So,
You think that would be a good threat?
okay, so General Motors has stepped that up another notch. They're basically wanting to do a 1-year don't resell it kind of thing on the Z06. But not only are they wanting to go after dealers for pulling the same kind of hanky shit that Ford dealerships have done on Bronco and Lightning and Maverick and on the pre-orders, they're going so far as to say, if you buy your C6 from a flipper within the first 12 months,
They can take it.
good luck without having a warranty.
They're invalidating the
They
warranty.
will invalidate the warranty on that car.
They're saying only the original owner, the original purchaser,
We'll
can
have,
have a
the
warranty.
warranty for the first 12 months.
So
which is a much better approach than what Ford wants to do.
Just with them trying to take, I mean, like you said, understand where they're trying to go at. You're trying to make it to where you're getting all that hoopla out of everything. But just think about every single Ford dealership is not a corporate. Like, there's no corporate owned.
No, they're all
Every
independent.
single one
They're all
is
independent franchises.
that's how
So
we
it's-
are too. Well, I
it's-
mean, we
it's-
belong to a group, but like it's how Kia is.
But
too.
no.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
one of those at that point. Yes, like that's good, but at the same time, you are hurting 3,000 plus franchises that are.
Because you
I mean,
also
a lot of them are big, like big city things. But like when it
Also,
comes to
and
like
like
our local one,
But
that's a family-owned one for what the last 50 years.
yeah,
or
but
so?
it's 35, 38 years
Yeah,
now.
like
But it's
you're-
not just that. I mean, you also, because these are also where all the warranty concerns are taken care of, and that's all that sort of thing. And part of it has to do with. So, by the way, does any of you know how this whole dealership model started?
It started with Ford with the selling some of their early cars at horse and buggy places.
Bingo. Hey, we
You
know
got
that we got
horse and
these new
buggies.
cars. We will pay you to sell our cars for us to make them more accessible. And
That's how
then
that started. And
dealership-
1903 was the first time.
And then dealership people started getting together and they started forming their own kind of little associations and stuff like that to start pestering their Congress critters to give themselves very sweet protectionist type laws on the books. And this is in almost every state.
Right.
There are protectionist laws that protect dealerships from things like Tesla, which is why you can't just go to a Tesla store, which is owned by Tesla,
and get a
buy
car.
a car and drive away. You can go there, you can look at the car, you can spec your car, you can do all the options on your car, and then you can get on your phone and order your car and then have it delivered. Same thing with Rivian,
Yep.
which Rivian cannot directly sell to customers in the state of Michigan, where they're fucking built, because of dealership laws.
Yeah.
And it was European dealership groups, Mercedes, BMW, Porsche, Jaguar, and things like that, that really kind of ramped up the whole import laws that
Yeah, I
we
was gonna say that's
have
why
to
we
deal
have
with the whole
25-year
25-year
import
rule.
law.
Which is why you can have an absolute rusted out piece of shit that belches smoke all over the place in Florida and everywhere
You
else.
have an R34.
Couple years you can have one. But I can't have my last generation Falcon Ute for another 15 fucking years.
Yep.
Thanks, assholes. Once again, because of the Germans, we can't have nice shit.
But what about Toyota right now? Anybody up with Toyota right now?
Toyota posted a 42% drop in profits over last year.
I'm not talking about that. The
The GR86.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys up to speed with that?
I am up to speed on that.
Are you
like
on it?
full up to speed? Like he got
Here, we'll sell you this car, and we'll give you a certificate to go to a performance driving school. But if you take that car we just sold you to that performance driving school and use it in the way that we said it was manufactured to do, it will fail, and we void your warranty.
Which is weird because outside of the United States, the warranty clearly states if you're taking this car to a track day, we'll cover it.
and he got his covered.
Yeah, he did get it because
you guys didn't see it. He got his
He
covered.
did get it covered?
He did.
But-
Getting it replaced.
okay, but like I said, it's not because the car was driven hard. Because at most track days and autocrosses and parking lots, you barely even break the speed limit.
Well, and
The main problem was the excess RTV around the oil pan breaks off inside the pan and gets sucked up into the pickup, and there's no oil flow.
my biggest thing about that was them utilizing a couple photos.
Yeah.
And like I get you post anything anywhere is whatever, that's fine. But one of the photos was him driving someone else's car. That's what I'm pissed off about.
So Mitsubishi got caught doing something similar with the last generation of the Evo.
Oh!
And they got a
Evo 9.
lot
Evo 9 or
of
Evo
very
10.
bad
Even
publicity for
less,
that.
the 10.
Yeah.
Because what they were doing was they were scraping data off of like club registrations for track days and autocrosses.
Oh,
And they were
going to forums
Cross
too, weren't they?
exactly
Yeah.
forums, club forums, registration data from like your local solo events and your local
Yeah.
Yeah, your
autocrosses,
autocross events.
SCCA. They were on the SCCA website scraping data off of that, and they were cross-referencing names for
And cars.
and cars for warranty
Yeah.
submissions. And they were invalidating warranties, saying you took your car to a track day, your warranty's invalid. And I don't understand these manufacturers thinking
That this is going to end well for them.
that this is going to end well for them. You built a performance car. You
Not just-
sold
not
this
just-
car
Not in the case
on
of the
its-
Evos. In the case of the Evos, it's not just a performance car. It's a
This is
homologation car.
Yes.
Well, and
This
like
is
They
based off
built
of a
these
rally
cars.
car.
They built these cars and sell them as road cars, so that they
So
could
they
take
can go
that
racing.
layout and race them in Group A World Rally
and
Championship.
Toyota literally gave the people a track day for free.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Like they
gave
they-
me a track day
they
and then
advertised that.
invalidated my warranty for using it. You can't do that.
And keep in mind, this was a car that only had 13,000 miles on it.
Right.
That's like if when you got your arm fixed, if the doctor said, "Hey, if you fucking break that again, I'm not gonna fucking fix it."
Yeah.
Like,
And then you pick up a glass and your arm shatters, and he says, "Well, you used your arm. You weren't supposed to do that."
exactly. Like,
Is that what happened to your leg?
No.
no, it went all the way the first time.
But to me, it's just
No.
it's
It
simple.
was the leg was a one and done. The
You know,
leg was
the-
a one and done.
Unless you can prove
Yeah,
that
it
I
could
money
walk off.
shifted and over revved that engine.
27 years later, I still haven't been able to
That's
walk that one off.
That's normal usage to use a car like the GR86 at an autocross event.
Well, and the GR86 has actually had the most latest development over the past 2 or 3 days of fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh, coming off the on ramp and that guy.
I've missed
blue
that one, and you would think that, given my history, I would be pretty attuned to this whole
So
fire thing.
apparently, a guy was on the freeway, got off on his exit, and car burst into flames.
Oil line.
Are you talking about the blue one?
There's actually two.
Well, I saw
There-
I saw it on
there's-
TikTok this afternoon.
Yep,
Dude
there's
standing
two
up to
blue
the side,
ones.
he's like, "Well, took an exit, my car's on fire." Like it's literally molting.
The last one I saw, the guy, he was like in the neighborhood by his house, and it happened, and they had taken everything apart, and it's like basically the opposite. The RTV was splooging out the sides and letting oil come out, and the way those motors are, where the oil pan is, the seam comes up right by the exhaust,
So
and
it was spurting oil onto the head.
right onto the exhaust.
Oof.
So basically what you're saying is Subaru's sitting off to the side going like this, watching Toyota take all the fucking heat.
Yeah.
And Toyota's getting fucked.
And apparently, well, here's
Because it's a Subaru
now,
engine.
here's the other thing.
It's a Subaru engine. It's a
Well,
Subaru.
and here's the other thing.
classic.
No.
And here's the other
They're
thing.
like, at least it's not a head gasket.
So reading,
At least
But
it's not a
here's the
head
thing.
gasket.
apparently, like in all the articles that I've read, in reading between the lines, if you have a BRZ or BRZ for everyone outside the United States,
Yep.
and you do the exact same thing,
You're fucked.
whether you're driving normally or you're at a track day and you suck RTV into the oil pickup and start the engine and it goes kaput, Subaru will warranty your shit. Almost no questions asked. They'll be like,
Oh, with the racing. No, yeah.
well, no, they're still looking at it with like, okay, that's on us.
And the
We'll fix it.
RTV thing's actually been a problem for a while too.
Well, it was on the last generation as well, because they had a recall that required the timing cover to come off of it.
Yeah.
And they were saying the technicians were using too much RTV, and it was creating a big old splooge of it on the inside
We're
that was
talking about
breaking
Hector a
off
lot tonight.
and plugging
So-
the oil pickups.
So the moral of
Doesn't
the
he have a whole
story.
bunch of spoon engines?
All ready for race wars, but too much RTV. One pass.
So the moral of the story is Subaru should stop using RTV and really use a thin layer of Honda Bond.
Well,
Or they should go to a rubber gasket.
That would be the best thing.
Yeah.
do you know how many manufacturers don't use rubber gaskets anymore for certain things?
Most of them don't.
Nope.
Yeah, a lot.
Most manufacturers do aluminum on aluminum with RTV, and it works well if you do it correctly.
Yeah.
But there are very specific specifications for that RTV application
Not only the
in
RTV.
the service manual.
I had my first EV warranty part I had to order today.
Really?
A VCMS assembly.
Oh, nice. I have a question for you, Mike.
I don't even know what that is, but I had to order one. I did, and it had to do with the car, like,
I
operating.
just love how excited
Yeah,
you were.
yeah.
I
Old
did
School
that.
Garage apparently has
and-
seen our Subaru BRZ 86 thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
No, it's called it's
but-
literally called a VCMS assembly. I don't know what the fuck it is. It looks like a little ECU. It does something. I had to order one.
velocity something.
So, Mike, what does RTV stand for?
Oh, Vice Grip Garage even knows this. Old Derek over there, he's the guy who works on cars and goes around places and stuff. Talks
Wait,
about
what?
using
Hold on.
What does RTV mean?
RTV.
Fuck. Why y'all doing this to me on camera?
I don't know.
Because I thought.
But it was Brian.
Because I thought it would be
He's
funny.
your dad. Blame him.
Obviously, it means that Mike don't know shit.
Oh man.
There's no way.
I know. I don't
No
come
way.
from along.
Listen,
You come from my home.
Sometimes
You know why?
Room
Sometimes.
temperature.
I have two legs.
Sometimes the
Room
guy.
temperature vulcanization.
Sometimes the guy's got to go at a motor and reseal some things with that old room temperature vulcanizing silicone.
See, I just fucking plastered it on.
It
worked.
Well, it vulcanizes that room temperature, just like WD-40. A lot of people don't know that one, which that's a good one too.
Isn't it? When in doubt, spray it out.
Water displacement, Formula 40.
I don't know. It works good on knuckles when you got when you,
I was
when you
gonna say,
got.
spray it on your joints for
Yeah,
arthritis.
exactly.
I was laughing, by the way, speaking of WD-40. It was a
That's what
TikTok
I
I saw about a Dodge guy talking about the squeaky door hinges, and he's like, oh, you get your squeaky door hinge repair kit. And he pulls out a can of WD-40, and I said, that's why your door hinges are squeaking, because you're using WD-40. WD-40 is not a lubricant. It's not a
water
it's
displacement.
It's water
And
displacement.
it actually
Like
eats
lithium
away
grease or
grease.
something.
It
Right.
melts grease.
It melts the grease out. If you sprayed your hinge, because he's like, you got to do this every 3 or 4 weeks or so. And I said, if you did it with lithium grease, you know, the spray on hard thing lithium.
WD-40 does make lithium grease. That's what I got in there.
Which, do you ever watch Vice Grip Garage? By
Yeah, I
chance?
fucking
love
love
Vice
Vice
Grip,
Grip, man.
Yeah. No, but
Super nice dude. Me and Brian met him.
yeah.
Yeah, when we went. Yeah, when Sick Week was rolling through Florida, when they came to the, when they on
Yeah,
the on the way
yeah,
back
yeah.
on the, it was next to the last day when they rolled back through Bradenton. We went up to Don Garland's museum when they were all coming through there, and we got to meet. We saw Derek from Vice
We
Grip
had
Garage.
fun at
We
that.
saw Angel Motorsports guys.
We were in
saw
line for
1320
food
guys.
with
Angel Motors.
yeah, with Angel Motorsports. They were literally with us as we were ordering
and
food.
Kyle and
and,
Matt from
yeah.
1320.
And we were talking to him because that's when Coop blew the transmission.
Yeah, and
in
Cooper
the
didn't make it.
Mustang.
First we were asking, like, hey, you know, because they've been kind of running together. We're like, hey, did Cooper make it? And they're like, no. And we're like, so
They're
we're like, hey.
he's literally on the phone with the tow truck to go get him.
And we're like, well, how's your car running? They're like, man, our stuff's doing good. They were running
They
rotary.
like 20
So,
something miles per gallon. They're like, we're doing fucking great.
and so we asked them, we're like, so is tomorrow just send it and see what happens? They're like, we're going to put in a time and send it and see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah, Sick Week was great. And it wasn't just like all of the cars. It was so cool because there were so many cars that we've all seen on YouTube.
And
There was the Mullet and the Marauder. Sam is a
Sam-
national
yeah,
treasure.
Sam is
Sam
a
is a
national
national treasure. Like I said, 1320 guys, super nice dudes. And, you know, they shoot an amazing amount.
Yeah,
the
they
amount,
they
the
sat
hours
there
of
and talked
footage.
to us like as
Because we were all
ordering
in
dinner.
line getting dinner, and one of the questions I had was, you know, because you watch their videos, and especially for their Drag Week and Drag and Drive coverages, you know, they're filming, they're putting out videos for the entire run,
And the
you
amount
know,
they
from
edited out is
registration all the way to
Yeah.
the end, and it's like, you know, they're doing on the road stuff plus on the track stuff. So I asked him, like, how many hours of footage do you shoot? He was like, it's a lot.
They're literally driving. One of them is driving. The other one is literally
editing.
working on the computer.
They're editing while they're doing it. I mean,
they're
it's-
doing it.
And so yeah, like I said, we saw the roadkill bunch roll in.
Oh, that
You know,
was
had
wonderful.
a quick chat with Finnegan. Dude's funny.
Yeah, I would embarrass myself if I met them.
You know,
Because I would just go up and do the
Well, when they
Wayne and
pull-
Garth thing.
Whoa! Calm down with your trailer.
I would just walk up and bend down at the knee and be like, "We're not worthy.
No,
We're
you
not
instantly
worthy."
go
No,
up-
so we
you
saw
instantly go up to
Freiberger
them
and-
and you yell at them, "Hey, best day at work ever." And
So we
that's what you
saw
do.
them
Oh,
pull
hold
in,
on,
and
hold
as
on,
soon as
Jake.
we saw their shit overheating.
Old School's Garage says WD-40 is FDA approved for food.
He's not wrong.
It
Speaking
is.
of the
Why do you think I spray? Like seriously, I'm not joking. You spray it on your joints.
speaking
I'm
of
dead
I've
serious.
heard of it. I've
Like,
never tried it.
Okay.
It works. It works.
so speaking of, so anybody that runs radar detectors,
Oh,
unless
that's
you're
right, it's
in
got fucking
Virginia
fish
or
oil in it.
unless you're
I
in
forgot.
unless you're in Virginia or Washington D.C. For pretty much the rest of the country, radar detectors are legal.
Yeah.
Okay. Who regulates radar detectors?
FDA,
Private.
No.
FCCA. No,
Nobody, right?
Federal Communications. It falls under rules
FCA.
because it's a radio
Oh,
receiver.
FCA.
So
Okay.
it all falls under the FCC.
Yeah, FCC.
Now,
FCC,
if-
FDA.
If you play around with radar
FLA.
detectors at all,
Same thing.
you'll also notice that there are countermeasures for laser guns.
Correct. Yeah.
Like anti,
Oh,
like
I know
like
where you're
es,
going.
like
I know where
Escort
you're
has their shifter kits, and then there's the anti-laser priority and things like that. And they're basically just, you know, infrared that just throw a big screen of infrared light out and confuse the gun so it can't get a reading.
Did you happen to see the donut video of them testing it?
No.
Yeah.
Who
Yes.
does laser fall in?
Not
It went for
many.
my nuts.
I know. I saw him.
Do you know where laser light falls under?
Laser light?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Food and Drug Administration.
Really?
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry.
So now
I
here-
had a
now here's
go
the
for my
thing.
nuts.
So
I'm
now
trying to figure out why.
And if anybody's played around,
Nuts.
again, if anybody's played around with radar detectors, or if you've been into cars, had magazine subscriptions back in the day, or anything else, you certainly may have heard or read about a company called Rocky Mountain Radar.
Yep.
Yes.
They claim to have a radar jammer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, their products are absolute garbage. They're not even radar detectors. They're literally a box with, you
I
know,
was gonna say,
diodes and flashing lights.
There's nobody that sells one. They sell laser jammers. But
Okay,
not
now,
radar jammers.
the reason you cannot have a radar jammer
Oh, that's what the donut media thing talked
is
about.
twofold.
Yep.
One, the unit would be physically as big and as powerful to broadcast just like the radar units in a police car.
Correct.
Okay, now that is a part of the public broadcast spectrum, which is regulated by the FCC.
And then
Radar
radar
detectors
do
are
it.
nothing more than simple radio receivers, not unlike the AM/FM receiver in your car.
Yep.
So it's perfectly legal to accept or pick up or receive a radio signal in the public broadcast spectrum.
Yep.
And that device must accept any unwanted signals that causes anything to act a little bit weird. If you look on any electronic device, this complies with FCC section blah 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 blah.
Boom boxes, everything.
Boombox,
If
CD players.
you haven't seen it, the donut media video on this is actually
It's
really,
really
really good.
I'll have to watch
Okay.
it.
Very
so-
informational too.
So that's twofold. So one, the units themselves are not going to be something like this, or the size of what you see as a radar detector. It's just physically impossible for a radar detector to throw out that kind of signal at that power to actually do that.
Right.
But also, too, it's regulated under the FCC. So in order to broadcast something on the public radio spectrum, you have to have a broadcast license.
Yep.
So now every deputy and every highway patrolman and every city police officer and everybody you see on a motorcycle or roadside stop or in their cruisers or whatever that are doing this, the officer themselves does not have an FCC license. They operate under the license that their department has.
Yeah.
Laser, it's not radio.
Correct.
It's just infrared light.
Yep.
And
It's the Food and Drug
infrared
Administration.
light is under the administration of the Food and Drug Administration because of things like skin treatments and cancer treatments and all of those sorts of things, and things like infrared remote controls and all, and that's teeth whitening.
Yep.
Nail salons for their gel nails and all that kind of crazy stuff is all infrared light. Food and Drug Administration.
Yep.
And that's why you can run a laser jammer or a laser shifter, and unless that state has a particular law about it, yeah, there's really nothing they can do about it.
And the thing is, too, is laser will record whatever speed radar won't. So if a cop, whatever, if you get hit by radar of any sort, it'll measure your speed at the point, just like those speed things you see. They change the speed every 5 seconds. That's what the radar reads. The radar does not store the speed it saw you at.
Right.
And there's no verifiable proof of that. Laser, however,
Is instant. If your laser detector
instant,
goes off,
and it's stored.
You're
You're
fine.
already done.
yeah, you're done.
Yeah, if you're late,
But-
if that goes off, just pull over. Just
But
pull right then.
where the FDA comes in with lasers, that's what makes laser jammers actually a legal thing to possess. And you can actually get one, and it's a fucking little module you wire in,
And it's got
it will actually,
IR. It's got infrared transducers. So you mount on the
and
front of
it's
the
all
car.
it does. It diffuses the infrared light. Is all it does. And so what it does is when you're coming up to it, if you're doing like 70, what it does, and that's the thing too. So anybody can pick up on it being suspicious. If you were driving on any road here, let's say you're doing 70, and you're coming up on somebody who is using a laser detector to detect you, it will show your speed as like 49, 37, 58, 60, 52. Like it doesn't like it diffuses it off, but it can't like constant.
It doesn't make it say 0-0.
Correct.
Some of them it
throws
does.
it off.
Now there's some of them that do.
And that's the thing too.
there's-
Like even if
depending
you
on
were
the-
to
depending on
use
the gun.
it, if there was an officer like using laser, they'd know. It's like they're not going to look at you and then it say 0, and look at somebody else and it registers.
This actually
speed.
brings in two types of users of anti-laser countermeasures. There's jam to gun and jam then kill. And jam to gun sounds like it is. You have a laser encounter, and you just leave your shit running all the way until you pass it. They don't get a verified reason. Jam to jam then kill. You get a laser encounter. Oh shit, I'm speeding. You gently slow down to the speed limit, and then you shut your shit off.
That's the way
Right.
to do it.
And then when they get a reading, you're at the speed
Yeah, they
limit.
get a concept of that. Exactly.
So the only record of what they have
is what
is
you doing the
is
speed
you
limit.
doing the speed limit.
Yep.
So, but I mean, like I said, I mean, even now there are instances where you can catch a stray bit of laser. Like if there's an officer up ahead that's randomly going brrr, every now and then, there you will catch a little scatter from that, and your laser alert might go brrr. And if you don't see him right ahead, you might be okay. But usually, if your laser alert goes off on your detector,
Yep.
you're screwed.
Yeah.
You know something else I learned recently too that I don't know if you guys know, and I kind of feel stupid because I feel like it's something that you guys would know.
Well,
Anyway,
lay it on us.
have you ever had a radar detector that went off by a semi truck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Have
they
you
had
ever
that.
had it gone off by
Well,
like the new cars that have the like the
Well,
light?
that's-
No. The semis have them. A lot of them. I didn't know that.
But they're
Like-
illegal.
Well, yeah.
It's
it was-
illegal to run on a commercial vehicle running interstate travel.
Yeah.
Well, they often utilize them though to measure speeds of people coming around them, so
Yeah.
they can adjust their speed
Yeah.
if somebody's driving like a fucking retard. And
Yeah, well, they're not using radar detectors. They're using
it's a detector, essentially.
It's actually gonna be it's gonna be like a blind spot monitor on all of your Hondas and Acuras and new vehicles. It's actually a very low power radar signal.
But those will set off radar detectors.
Oh, yeah.
Honda's,
They even have them to where it's set up. They'll display speed.
Yeah.
So like they'll display if like the car coming behind them is doing 120, it'll show them that there's a vehicle.
Yeah, and
approaching doing
in
120 miles an
that
hour.
case, now if that is an individual owner operator that's running that kind of
Yeah, you need to
system,
have
then
an
he has to have an
FCCA
FCCA license to broadcast.
Exactly.
If it's somebody that is working for a trucking company,
That
then they would
trucking
be
company
operating
needs-
under the
yeah.
trucking company's license.
Yep.
I'm really not sure how. I imagine that the automakers would have to apply for a license in order to have those systems in their cars to broadcast on that spectrum. Because if you have an
Because
old,
they're broadcasting on. Because if you ever notice, they all come up on K-band.
not all of them.
Some of them are KAs.
I've had Honda Acuras as I'm approaching them.
KA.
K-band, 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 get within 6 feet of them, KA-band.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're on the K-band,
Yeah, which is, it's in the
and
same
they're,
spectrum as
they're
top
set
end.
up at a certain wattage. Their radio frequency is so low
But they
that
still,
they don't require an owner's license, is what it is.
yeah, but I'm figuring that there's something going on with the manufacturers.
Because it's
that
just
are-
like handheld radio,
Yeah.
yeah, and
it's-
doors.
4 watts.
Yeah, and also like all of your electronic doors and shit like
Yeah,
that.
but it's 4 watts.
But yeah, like I
You
said,
can
if you are
broadcast
doing,
up to 4 watts without a license.
yeah, but running with an older detector like I've got, and I do need to get a new one, not because I have a problem with mine doing its job of actually, detecting radar at a certain distance. It does that still, not quite as good as it was when it was new because it's 12, 13 years old now. I've had this thing a while, but it still does that job. But now, that thing was built at a time when cars didn't have all this blind spot monitoring. And right now, FCA vehicles and Honda Acuras are the absolute worst. But then GM vehicles are kind of weird because you'll be behind one of those and it'll be silent, 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 wham,
And
like
it throws
wham,
everything.
like you got hit with like instant on, and then it'll shut back off, and then it's just weird.
Yeah.
Fords, I haven't had a problem with Toyotas. I haven't had a problem with Ford. I've had some Kias do it and some Kias not do it. I've had some Mercedes do it, some Mercedes not do it. I have not had a Porsche. I haven't had a BMW do it.
Because I had a cheapo Cobra that I paid like $36 at Walmart
Yeah.
for.
No, those are
And
garbage.
Honestly,
every day I was behind the same BMW 6 Series. And every day I had to listen to this thing all the way to work going bloop, 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 K-band, bloop, 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 K-band. So I had to reach up and shut it off.
No, it got to the point because Sabrina had one in her 05. As soon as I got into the car, I unplugged it. Like, I still don't run one and all that because it's one of those, if it's to the point where I'm getting pulled over, I'm getting pulled over. Like, fuck it. Like,
well, I mean, again, allegedly, coming back from a doctor's appointment in Gainesville out on 121, I'm, fracturing a speed limit in Mexico. No, that was way before I fractured the arm.
Right.
The arm was intact at this point. And,
the leg was still missing.
it's out on 121, it's in the middle of nowhere. Who the hell cares? I'm clipping along, allegedly, well above the speed limit. And as I'm starting to round a bend, I start getting an alert in a place on 121. I never get an alert. So I'm like, this is interesting. Back it back down, and about 3 miles up the road, on the side of the road, tucked all the way against the tree line, was an FHP Charger.
Again, illegal.
No, he was perfectly legal to be where he was. And he wasn't like running instant on, but he was there. And like I said,
You seen the Mustang around here yet?
I have not seen the Mustang around here.
Oh,
yet.
on
I've
the
heard about
way-
it, but I've not seen
On
it.
the way to and from Savannah, the Georgia Highway Patrol, the Challenger, that full black one, that even
Blacked
had
out, undercover, Florida
push
Highway
bar.
or Georgia Highway Patrol.
little push bar on the front, and like I was telling Brian, you know how like the squatted trucks and all that have those stupid fender well lights inside of them?
Yep.
This had that, but they flashed to blue, and it looked really fucking good. It really did. It looked really
Georgia
fucking
has
good.
super speeders they can hit you with.
Yep.
So Georgia on 95, the Highway Patrol will work in teams.
Yep.
they'll have one on an overpass, standing there shooting radar a mile away.
Well, you know why they do that, right?
And they'll have another one on the on-ramp, waiting. So he'll pop somebody doing, 15 over, and he'll just radio his buddy, hey, blue sedan, go get him. And they'll run down, and they'll have 3 of them sitting on the on-ramp, waiting.
But most of what Georgia,
Because you'll get to a point where you find a speed trap in Georgia, and no joke, you'll drive past the guy on the overpass, and you'll just see 3 cars pulled over the next mile.
but most of what Georgia Highway Patrol and what the county sheriffs in Georgia are doing along those roads is they're mainly doing drug interdiction from idiots that are coming up from South Florida. That's what they're looking for.
So, but the reason why it's so bad in Georgia is because, and the reason they do that is because back in 1977, you had a guy that was trying to truck Coors beer from all the way across.
From Texarkana.
Yep.
Texarkana all the way to Atlanta.
Yep, going across the Mississippi, and you can't do that. So,
Well, you can now.
yeah. So,
Unfortunately,
but
one of our local
that all-
barbecue joints
that all
no longer has Coors Banquet as their house beer, which just sucks.
yeah, and it's Bud XT.
But,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what, in Savannah, they did not play.
No, they didn't. They didn't. That's
Like,
why
talking about cars and coffee, it was funny. Cars and coffee is, the meme with Buzz and Woody, where he's holding his shoulder.
Idiots everywhere.
No, it's Lord Volkswagens. Lord Volkswagens everywhere. Love you, buddy. And there's two kinds of car people in Savannah. There's the Lord Volkswagens, and there's the Mopar people. It's all Chargers, Challengers, Mopar stuff.
Yep.
That's all it is up there.
But those guys still are not as weird as the Jeeple,
Yeah.
and those people are not as
People
weird.
are odd. They're not people.
There's not a lot of Jeeples in Savannah.
Which is weird because they've got the whole surrounding area. There's so much off-roady stuff
Not really.
that they could do.
No, not really.
Really?
Not
We
in Savannah.
had this
Well, on the
conversation.
outskirts, like I said, on the outskirts, there's got to be.
Yeah,
Like,
we had this
I bought a four-wheeler while I was up there to go out and go four-wheeling.
Yeah, because you were supposed to bring it down and store it here.
And right when I got there, they shut down the off-road park, and they never opened it up. And the nearest off-road park for anything off-road was 4 hours away.
Oh, damn. Well, that sucks.
Meh.
Yeah, so the Jeeple are kind of weird, but even the Jeeple are not as weird as the Mustards. The Mustards are. I actually read a thing where there was apparently a website that rates compatibility for dating depending on how loyal you are to Tesla as a brand, whether you bought your car early or you bought your car later, or if you've only made a shit ton of posts on Twitter, but you've only bought Tesla branded clothing and shit
So,
like
public
that.
service announcement for all car guys. If you want to really hurt a Tesla guy,
Get you some of that, buddy.
Ultima.
lying.
Big Ultimate.
But if you want to hurt a Tesla guy's feelings, refer to his car as that little white sedan. Or that new Prius. Is that new Prius?
Oh, you're gonna love this. So when I was
Watch them lose their minds when you call their car a new Prius.
so you might appreciate this. So when I had my whole broken arm
And hold
adventure,
in there.
so when I had my
I
whole
know, I can see you.
I had
Hold in
my
there.
whole broken arm adventure, and me and Ed were kind of, we were rolling around in the D21 because that was the easiest thing to throw my wheelchair into. And we saw a Tesla with a racing stripe down the center. And now every other Tesla is just a Tesla.
Just
Yeah.
a Tesla.
Just a Tesla. Because that one had racing stripes. It made it cooler.
Right.
Well, that
you know
is
what?
that is
Actually,
the only car that Scientology has ever built.
on our way to Tampa yesterday, not yesterday, sorry, Tuesday, we saw a slammed Tesla, on its absolute nuts, with different wheels, fender flares, different bumpers, everything, full kit out.
He is not a part of the cult of Scientology, so.
I forgot what the name of the company is. They provided parts for the Pikes Peak run that Randy Popes made.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
cool.
forgot what the name of the company. I forgot what the name of the company is, but they make big brake kits and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the stuff that Uncle Chet had on his car when he lost it doing track stuff with his,
Yeah.
and running without a cage and without harnesses and without safety gear, and
Yeah.
so I mean, sucks that the dude got hurt, but you know, hey, you were kind of asking for it, which
Well,
is weird
well,
because the
that's-
guy also has a fucking Radical, which you pretty much have to drive with full safety gear on that track with. So
So before we get into Bring Trailer, because we need to get into Bring Trailer, but Frank, you know Frank,
yes,
with his Tesla. So Vita was talking about the other day. Frank's talking about possibly trading in his Tesla because he is now at the point to where it's paid off, but it's also about to be out of warranty, and with the amount of miles on it, he's concerned about battery and all that. So he
minimum
wants
15 grand.
he's starting to think about a C8 because it's like, well, you know, with the money I would have to put, might as well. No, and I just think it's funny, you know, a lot of these people with Teslas, like it brought up the point of once these cars are out of warranty, like it's not like, you know, ice cars to where like, hey, you know, your transmission, like once you're out of warranty, hey, your transmission might be, you know, $3,000 or, you know, this or that.
No, it's your battery, and it's
Hey,
$15,000.
Hey, look at that family in California. They bought their daughter one of those EV Focuses,
Yeah,
and then it, like, the battery went out, and it ended up, like, it was, they couldn't do it because they couldn't afford it, but it was going to cost more than they paid for their
Yeah,
car
right.
to have the battery replaced. And as a standard middle-aged family,
and isn't that a
Or not
case?
middle-aged,
Isn't that a
like
case where
middle-class
isn't that a case where the batteries aren't even available for that car anymore?
I think
probably
so,
not.
yeah.
And this thing,
But-
like,
but
if
it's
I
stuff
was
like
in my
that, like-
position and whatnot, like, and if I had a kid that age, I couldn't afford to fucking buy him a
Like
battery for
people
their car.
don't realize, like, all right, you might be saving whatever you're saving on,
But you're not.
That,
It
but
costs more to charge it per mile than it does fuel per mile.
And then,
Chris wants to talk so bad.
I had one other EV-related thing to bring up.
and then we have
Have
to
you
go
guys
Yeah.
seen the new Blazer EV?
500 and something
Oh, the
horsepower.
Blazer-
No, but
Blazer-
here's the
the Blazer
funny thing about
SS.
this. Here's what's funny about this. I haven't watched the whole
So
like
it's a
debut
Mach-E.
video, but
It's a Mach.
Chevy literally went, "Hey Ford, what did you get for the Mach-E?" Answer A, okay, yeah, we can do that too. It's the same
looks
car.
exactly-
It looks exactly the same.
It is.
So here's the thing about EVs. You buy it, use it for a few years, toss it away and get another one.
Exactly what they want.
And you know what happens? Now you gotta spend 30 years fucking trying to mine all the shit out of this.
Here's the picture I wanted to show. You might have seen this. Look at that.
With a bunch of Teslas.
No,
I can't.
but it is fucking sad.
Isn't that sad? Land to tap screen.
No, it's
That's not the same car.
close enough.
It is the same car.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the problem.
but no.
No, it's not the same car, it's the same appliance.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yes.
Is that not sad?
Bring back real American cars,
Oh,
not
it's-
this plastic junk. Or want a 15-foot long hood, a
That's a
trunk
car.
Gobbles.
Yeah,
these
the car.
Gobbles.
Yeah, y'all are.
What I-
We want
I
real
want a-
American car, not this junk.
I want a 15-foot long hood, a trunk that will fit at least 2 dead hookers, and a big blocks with, and I'm not going to see more. But what's interesting to this is in the middle of this rant,
Gobbles.
he spells bring back with an M.
Well, this is a car club where everyone acts like boomers. It's
Yeah,
all-
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
No,
Never
no,
mind.
they
Okay.
picked up on it. No, you're good.
Gobbles.
You understand now, but
I'm
no,
not on Faceballs.
But the
No,
picture does. The picture's
Yeah.
true. It's just the.
Ow! His leg!
I'm sorry.
Ow!
Sorry.
Although that spot up there tickled a little bit.
Now that we
I don't know if I can
everybody in.
sit. I don't want to touch anything. All right. Anyway, I wanted to show you all that.
No, that
yeah,
is-
bring a trailer. We need to.
Yeah, we need to bring a trailer because Dan's getting antsy.
I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. It's not you guys. It's
Been a long
me,
day,
guys.
I understand.
And I want to. Oh, it's a BMW 2002, boys.
Wait a minute, what happened to my? Hold on.
An all original 2002.
That came out-
Automatic.
That came out in '73.
I saw the pictures. It's an automatic.
Okay, here we go. What we have here is no reserve, so obviously this is a car that did sell.
Bring a trailer or cars and bids.
Bring a trailer.
Okay.
I might have to start looking at cars and bids because I'm
You're
having a
gonna
hard.
have to start looking at cars and bids. And what's the other one that Wiki is now doing? M something.
I have to look at that too, because it's starting to get to where I swear I think Bring a Trailer is nothing but goddamn money laundering. Did you guys see the Z30 twin? Z32?
I don't even want. We can't.
Did you
That
see
has
the
to be,
yes,
we have to do that like
But-
next week. And
but
the Supra too. The Supra.
Flaws in the paint.
Hey, but it's
The
also
blue
one of those
Supra.
we might need to start doing regular Craigslist and like just seeing what
or
they're
eBay or
asking,
eBay auctions and
and
see what I
seeing
can
what
find.
they're what they're even asking for stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, this is in Alexandria, Virginia, and this is a 1976 BMW 2002. I figure since Christmas coming back, he's into BMWs. I figured
Love
this would be right up his alley. And not gonna lie, I think these cars are pretty rad too.
They are.
So 1976 BMW 2002 is finished in pastel blue over dark blue interior and powered by a 2-liter inline-4 mated to a 3-speed automatic transmission. Hella driving lights, sunroof, Pioneer head unit, pop-out rear side windows, 3-spoke steering wheel, basket weave, 13-inch wheels. Car was acquired by the seller in June of 2018, and work has since consisted of replacing the carburetor, spark plugs, valve cover gasket, transmission pan gasket, and transmission mounts. Offered at no reserve with partial service records and a clean Virginia title in the seller's name. Impact bumpers, hella driving lights, sunroof, driver's side mirror. Seller notes the presence of overspray and orange peel and states that the driver's door requires a lift upwards in order to close, so the door hinges.
Yeah.
A piece of the right rear bumper is missing, and the lower right trim panel is secured with painter's tape, which you will see in one of the pictures. There is only one picture of the engine bay, however. Rust through is noted on the front balance, and additional areas of corrosion are evident below the driver's side rear window and paint cracks in the trunk lid.
So it's a very honest car.
Yeah, this is not a show car in any stretch of the imagination. But this was also one of the few cars I saw that was sort of in a reasonable, anybody could actually afford to buy this car kind of thing, because the Bring a Trailer's got nuts recently.
Excuse me, sorry.
Federal Super Steel 595 tires.
Does it have a gear vendors in it or some sort of overdrive?
No.
Because I saw it looked like it had an extension on the tail
No,
housing.
it's just a 3-speed auto.
Just a 3-speed auto.
Does have a Pioneer head unit.
Might be worth
So
looking at the
non-original head unit. It's got some flaws in the paint.
car.
Three-spoke leather wrap steering wheel. Front's VDO instrumentation, considering of a 120 mile an hour speedometer. I don't know if that's optimistic or what. An analog clock and a combination gauge for fuel level and coolant temperature.
And no, that's not optimistic. That car would do every bit of that.
The 5-digit odometer shows 30,000 miles, a few hundred of which were added by the seller. Total mileage is unknown because 5-digit. That could be 130,000 miles. Who knows?
I got number in mind already.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what the market is on these cars these
So
days. When
the-
I was into BMWs, the market on that car would have been around 8,000 or 9,000. So I'm going to say probably 11,000 or 12,000. So
The
12,000.
2-liter M10 inline 4 is equipped with a single downdraft carburetor that was installed in December 2019, at which time spark plugs and valve cover gasket were also replaced and valve adjustment was performed.
It's a very clean little car for what it is.
Also has a new battery.
I'd say 12,000. But I may be way
Also
off. I don't
fitted
know where
with
the
a
market is.
replacement pan gasket and engine mounts in May of this year.
So before we get too far, I'm gonna go with what you were saying they used to be worth. I'm gonna go with 8,000 because that's what I was thinking. So you're at 12.
I'm saying 12.
I'm at 8.
For once, I was going to be the low guy. Damn.
Where are you at?
I'm still going to be 6,500. We all just got fucked, didn't we?
38,000.
Right?
You guys are so cute. Half that. 19,000.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Well, Chris
19,
got
I won by default.
$19,783.
Man, the market has gone up. Or,
Hey, well,
bring a trailer is just nuts.
Hey, first time you're back, though, you won.
Okay, here's the thing. So, one, I do think that there is a bring a trailer tax on bring a trailer cars.
Oh.
So, any of you on YouTube, have you seen Tommy F. Yeah? Skyline Restorations and all that stuff? He's got a shop in Connecticut. One of LZ's
Sounds
friends.
familiar.
Anyway, he tried to bid on a 1 of 64 V-Spec 1 N1s with 17,000 miles on it, and the bid went up to 140-something thousand and did not meet reserve. So, and then, like I said, there was the Z32, 22,000 mile Z32 twin turbo last week that sold for
Shut up.
$135,000.
That's bringing trailer tax.
And
That's
the
all.
one in
That
the
is.
Supra.
No, that's money laundering.
You saw the Supra?
No,
No.
no,
No.
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 Blue Target Top automatic, $260,000. Blue Target Top automatic, $260,000.
Yes, obviously
Money
we didn't
laundering.
see it.
Millennial money laundering.
It's gotta be.
That's it. Millennial money laundering. That's why I'm seriously thinking about maybe switching the bring a trailer thing to cars and bids or
There's another
eBay
one
auctions
that,
or,
Wiki
eBay
just
Motors
posted
or
about that
Hell, even Facebook Marketplace.
yeah, that's it. But you only get a whether they ask and not really what they sold for.
yeah.
That's the one. That was the
We
one
can
thing.
guess the asking price and
Exactly.
decide whether or not it's good
worth it.
price or
Yeah.
crack price.
Yeah.
Eh,
Well, since obviously
you
since
can't say crack
Jalopnik's not
price.
going
Is
to.
it nice price or no dice?
Yeah,
You
because
can't say crack
Jalopnik
price.
decided to get woke and says they no longer use crack pipe because apparently crack pipe has become
Can
racist.
we just say Jalopnik fucking sucks now? Like,
Here's the thing,
oh my god.
David
What-
Tracy,
Yeah, but what size do they
Kochitsky?
make?
Mercedes Streeter, and Matt Hardigree.
What site?
The Autopian.
Okay.
I sent you the fucking link.
It was a while ago because Jalopnik sucks. And I look at it, I'm like,
I still.
I'm looking at it like, hey, let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
our
because-
first cars. My first one was a 2019 Corolla. I'm like,
Yeah, because I mean,
fuck?
because if you look, like Kirsten Lee and her fancy Kirsten character, they're gone.
Yep.
Steph Schrader, gone.
Done.
Yeah, like all of the really good kind of automotive writers and whatnot that Ron Jalopnik, they're
Yeah.
all gone.
And the stuff they've been putting out is trash.
Absolute
they're like,
garbage.
hey,
Like,
yeah, no, my first car
Not
was
just
this.
spelling errors, but like technical errors in their articles.
And everything
Come
on
on.
Jalopnik now. I mean, I still look because I hope to find the jewel.
Yeah.
But-
I don't.
I basically like kind of scroll through and go, nope, nothing here.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not only that; it's like half the shit is basically, what was your first car, or what do you think the worst car is, and then they'll regurgitate it later in the afternoon as a fucking slideshow presentation.
Right.
Nope.
But and what your first car is, like the one's writer was like, yeah, it was. He's like, it was actually my first car. It was a 2019 Corolla. I'm like, your first car was 2019 fucking Corolla. Not even like a 1987 Corolla or something like
to
that.
the current
I'm
generation.
like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I had an 86 Mustang that wasn't even a fucking good Mustang. Yeah, it was a notchback, but I had a 2.3 liter fucking inline four with a single barrel Weber carburetor. It didn't have a fucking choke on it. If I didn't put it in neutral and hit the gas, it was gonna die at the fucking stoplight. Couldn't use the AC because then it couldn't go up the
I had to
goddamn
walk
hill.
uphill both ways in the snow 15 miles. Sorry. I
Well,
love
this,
you, Mike.
like I said, I mean,
No
Well,
heat,
here's
no
the thing.
AC. What the hell? Like,
well, like I said, I
Not
mean, like
disappointing.
I am the old guy, so my first car was a '76 Celica GT liftback,
It
and
was
at the
still nicer
time,
than Mike's Mustang.
and at
It
the time,
was.
here's the thing,
you know it. It
but
sucked.
But here's the thing. At the time, that was not a classic JDM retro cool, super rad,
My car was
Radwood.
bought
They
for-
were like, "Oh, you're driving one of those Japanese cars."
Exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
going
you know what?
You should be riding that horse like you should be because it was back in the 1850s.
For your first day back, you've actually done something pretty impressive. You've already given me an idea for next time.
Good.
You know what next time is, though.
Something we should discuss next time. And it
You
might
know what next time
next
is,
time it's
though.
going to be 4 years, and I don't know if it's going to be it's going to be a perfect thing for next time. But yeah, you just sparked off a thought that I'm definitely going to have to pursue.
So, guys, at next time, we're going to start a little bit early because I know next time is going to go longer than this, and I know Dan gets tired quickly. So, we're going to start a little bit earlier.
It's just based on how my work week goes.
I know.
Yeah, Dan
I
is.
got beat on this week. I did.
Yeah, Dan's told us about his week, and it was definitely a doozy.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
didn't,
not
I didn't even
horrible.
tell you all about work. I was even.
Yeah, you've definitely had. You were definitely busier than me in an ass kicking contest.
And that's hard because like you only got one leg.
I am the adage.
But we want to say bye, guys. Thank you, Chris.
It's been great to be back.
Well, that Chris.
I'm doing pretty good tonight. I broke Chris right off the bat, and I just broke Dan at the end.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Hey, also,
Cheers.
check out our TikTok in the next hour or so. There's going to be a wonderful video posted up there.
Yes.
Yeah, something else we might have to expand on in the
Bye.
future.